Alright, what's up, guys? So, Body Cam Leak has uploaded a video titled Wife Snaps After Learning About Husband's Secret Debt. Yeah, that would be some crazy stuff, man. That would dang, this just happened last month. Dang, bro. They just be instant with these body cam reactions or body cam videos, but nah, man, that would be some crazy stuff though, to just out of nowhere cops come knocking on your door, you like, what's going on? And you just know, like, you're like, yeah, this is going to be in like just a normal conversation. They probably looking for somebody that I definitely don't know. But then they say, like, your significant other's name, and then you're like, yeah, that's I know of them. Like, what could they have possibly done? They're like, yeah, they owe about $15 billion in debt. I'm like, yeah, bro, you take the house. I'm like, nah, bro, I got a couple of cardboard boxes. I think I could do one of them, like, do it yourself, like, home things. Watch a couple of seasons of Home Improvement, see if I can learn anything in there. They probably don't even have anything home improving related, but nah, man. Like, jokes aside, though, that would be some crazy stuff. It's like you find out that maybe not no $15 billion, but no, you find out like it's enough for cops to come knocking on the door. So yeah, let's see what goes down in this video. Make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Body Cam Leak for more videos like this. And with that being
We had just
said,
gotten an AEP bill that was, they do a thing where they settle up, where we ended up getting charged almost $1,200, and then I found out he had been spending more than I make in a week on sports cards.
On April
wow,
15th,
sport
2025 in
cards.
Ohio, a man filed a
Wow,
police complaint.
bam. You can't go to Target and just I'll go to Target and get me some of them ones that you see like in that Pokemon aisle and stuff. Yeah, I'll go up there and get me some cards before I go. I guess like maybe if it's collector's items, but still though, like that's I don't know, man. Like I know people will probably be all like, oh well, you're a sneakerhead. Look all them sneakers you got. Yeah, but I was going to like Foot Locker, Champs. Like I wasn't going to the reselling stores buying $1,000 or five like every off white, every I'm trying to think of some other. I ain't fooling with Yeezys no more. But no, I'm just saying though. It's like yeah, bruh. Nah, that's doing too much. I'm like, nah, we can't do that. We can't live in no household like that. Spending thousands more than I make a week on some sport cards. Yeah, that's crazy.
After allegedly being attacked by his wife overnight in a dispute about money.
Oh,
Morning. You need to talk to a police officer?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Do you need my ID so you know who you're talking with or anything?
Not yet. So we'll get there.
So, we haven't had the greatest finances together, me and my wife, Holly. And so, this happened before where we've gotten into an argument and she got so angry that she decided to hit me. Last time, she open hand slapped me in the face several times and I just sat there and took it because it's not like me to go hit anybody. And then last night, which I took pictures of, she decided that, after another argument, she came at me and, she took her nails and she scratched me up pretty good and it still hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And I had big welts on my chest and my arm where she had open hand hit me, and I got all the pictures for that too. I don't want to press any charges on her, but I just want to make it known because I need to have something with me because I'm gonna end up getting divorced.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. And I don't know if you guys particularly have press charges for domestic like that.
I think from what I remember in previous videos, once when it's like been known or like made aware, whatever the situation may be, like when the cops find out, yeah, I think they do have to go through with arresting the individual. Even if it is a situation where you don't want to press charges, still they have to do something about that.
It just depends. It is a possibility. Yeah.
I don't want to ruin anything. I still have to be considerate of what she has. She's got going for her, and I don't want to ruin that for her. So I don't want it to be a battle for that.
Okay.
So I want to make a report, but I don't want to press charges. If that's possible, I don't want anybody to even know that I came because she'll just make it worse.
Okay.
If that's possible. She doesn't have anything against me. I've never hit her. She might say that, but yeah, it's her word against mine. And
Right.
yeah, but,
What happened last night? Was there any mutual fighting, or was it just one way?
she was just talking to me about a lot of the things, and I just really didn't even want to pay attention anymore, just because she was so vulgar with it, and she was saying a lot of mean things to me. Said that she deserves better and all this stuff, and that I'm way less than she is. because she can save more money than I can. It was all over finances, like I said. Yeah, there's really not much else to it, but I do have the pictures to at least show you if you want to look at them.
Okay.
Because they were fresh. They kind of went away now. This one she had scraped me open pretty well, and I was bleeding.
Okay. You're bleeding too?
I was.
Yeah.
It was just with her nails, and it was me. I was backed into a corner, and I tried to like do this, and me doing this, she was able to.
Where'd this all happen at?
In my house.
The living room, bedroom?
Bedroom.
Okay.
See, after she did that, she decided to leave, and I went and sat down on the couch. I didn't realize I was cut open, but then my adrenaline started to go down, so it's about 10 minutes.
What kind of nails does she got? I can understand, like, it'll be some, like, scratches that, like, it'll make some marks and things. But, like, if it's to the point where it's like, you know, you're bleeding bad, I like, nah, bruh, yeah, divorce might be the best option, but dang, that's crazy.
I have the pictures, and I can actually give you the exact time I took the picture. So here's the open hand arm mark. There's 5 fingers that was here. And there's one she hit me on my chest as well, and then that was the scrape. She cut me open with her.
Okay.
That was me just trying to like block it. And I never laid a finger on her. The only thing I did was I tried to push her off of me, but I never physically hit her. So,
Okay. If you're all right, we'll go back here to the interview room and talk a little private. Okay.
Some crazy
Is there
stuff.
anybody else in the house?
No.
Just you and her? So you guys don't have any kids or anything? Or... Okay. Stuff.
She's done this once before, but I've never laid a finger on her in my life.
Okay. So no police reports or anything like that?
I almost did one last time. My dad's a cop in Logan, so
Okay.
he told me I probably should, but I didn't. And I did have a video of her admitting that she hit me. I mean, I set her up in a conversation where she admitted it, but one night when I was sleeping, she got into my phone and found it, and she deleted it. So I have no record of it anymore. I don't know what it looks like this morning.
The other one's your left arm and left chest,
Yeah.
and then that's
Dang,
claw
that is a
mark or
bad cut.
something.
Yeah, here's one.
Okay.
And this is still kind of red.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that kind of went away. It was real light, but this is the one that is the worst one. And if you can see it, if I'm you, I had done one of these, and that's when she got me there.
Okay.
So,
Conflict.
no, I didn't touch her
Yeah,
except for
okay.
just try to push her off of me.
Okay.
Never grabbed her, never squeezed her or anything like that. I've never been like that.
All right. But what you're reporting is domestic violence to a police officer.
I know.
So when I get a report of domestic violence, there are things that I have to do,
Yeah, I understand.
regardless of
Yeah.
man or woman.
That's one thing people got to know. It's like domestic violence is getting more and more serious, because my thing is this, all right? So let's say the cops are all like, okay, well, you don't want to like press any charges or do anything. It's like, we'll take a note of it, and then I guess if you do one day want to press charges on her, but let's just say he's all like, no, I don't ever want to do that. He's like, he just goes, I find that kind of odd though. It's like, why else are you telling the cops? It's like, you obviously want something to happen if you telling the cops and things. So, but I don't know if he was thinking like maybe they'll go there and tell her like, hey, you can't do that. But regardless, let's just say though, cops are like, okay, well, if you don't want us to do anything, we won't do anything. He goes back home. They get into another argument. Let's say this time around, she's all like, nah, forget putting hands on you or just, doing like some simple assault. I'm going to try to like end your life. So now it's just he is running around this house fighting for his life. And it's like whether she's trying to shoot him with something or trying to stab him with something, regardless, it's like stuff like that. It has to be handled right then and there. So yeah, that's just one thing that nowadays you've heard one too many stories about like domestic violence cases ending off with the individual now receiving a life sentence because they took the other one out and stuff. So yeah, it's something where it's like, fam, you gotta sit down and think about it. It's like if you were thinking along the lines like, okay, I don't want nothing to happen to her, you wouldn't even been talking with those cops. But I feel like that's just one of those things that person does where it's like they want something to happen. I guess they're trying to tell themselves like, but wait a minute, I don't want this to happen. It's like you find yourself up in the police station telling the cop what's going on. Yeah, you want something to happen. So
Right.
Maybe not her getting
You're
arrested,
coming
but
in here with injuries, saying that your wife caused them to you. It wasn't a mutual thing. It was just one way. That's the way you're saying it. Where she was upset over finances and everything else, and pretty much attacking you. The typical procedure, I'll just tell you what it is I'll ask you to give me a written statement. I'll photograph your injuries, and then I'll go interview her. And then after I interview her, if there's no other evidence that comes up, you having injuries is probable cause to charge you with domestic violence.
I don't know whether I should. I don't want her to be burned in any way.
Well, and then the thing is
I mean, you gotta sit down and think about it though. It's like if you don't do nothing now, it's gonna continue. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, go through with this, get a divorce, move on with your life. It's like if it's really that bad to where now you done found yourself at the police station talking about this stuff. Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, that might be your best option. But anyways,
and domestic violence things.
maybe work
if I
things
have
out in the
probable
future. I
cause,
don't know,
then
but
we're required to file charges.
So if I don't file the report, you guys can't.
You're already here, and
I know.
you've essentially started the process of filing the report. So once I know about what's going on, then
And there's no exception.
yeah, the wheels already turning, And I'm just being honest with you about that.
I understand.
Like once as far as my job, and once I learn about certain facts.
Yes.
it's like either he's just unaware of like how stuff works out with cops, or he knows what he's doing, but he's just trying to play that whole game like, oh, I don't want nothing to happen to her, but go over there and do something. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, man, I don't know. They're like, you find yourself at the police station, you know what you're trying to do. So
I have an obligation.
I ain't never heard no cop going over to a person's house, wasted their gas, wasted their energy to go over to their house and be like, hey, don't you put your hands on them no more. No cop does that. So
I understand.
Are you willing to write a statement out, a written statement about what happened, put it on paper?
I can, but
Okay.
I don't really want to get her in trouble in any way.
That's fine. You can put whatever.
That's
I
love
can't tell
right
you
there.
what to put in your statement, so however you want to word it.
I don't want her to go to jail over something like this.
Yeah.
That would ruin her.
So, like I said, I do have to interview her first. All right, let me give you a written statement, and then I'll get a camera to photograph your arm if you're. All right with that.
here's the thing. If he's slow about right now, I don't know. Maybe this is just a little observation. That's just it's just my paranoia, just some stuff I made up in my head. But my thing is this: if he's right this like all fast, like yeah, he knows what he's doing. But if he's like he's just and then he's just like kind of just taking his time, and then he's like just sitting down thinking about it and stuff. Like then maybe he it really depends. But if bro is like right there, and he's like slaps it down like one of them like old math quizzes things from back we were in school. Yeah, bro know what he was
I'll be
doing.
right back.
That's fine.
All right. Well, it's 9:07, so I'm going to try and catch her before she leaves for work.
Yeah, her work starts.
I will call you, or I will have a dispatcher call you and let you know.
I was about to say he gonna put the hoodie on over the hat.
So I need to.
I'm like, oh, he's a nut. He's the real villain. I'm like, arrest him. If I'm that cop, I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, no. I'm like, yeah, I ain't pulling no weapons out on you. But you put your hands over your head right now. I ain't never seen nobody put a hoodie on while they had their hat on. I'm like, nah, forget the wife. We tending to you right now. You a whole villain for doing that. But he took the hat off, so he cool. He cool.
Hello. Are you Holly?
Yeah.
I'm Officer Dodmeyer at the police department. I need to speak to you.
Okay.
Would you like to step out or us to step
Panicky.
in?
I
Is
mean, I
everything
guess.
okay?
I'll talk to you once. So, your husband Joel
Yeah.
filed a complaint with me, and that's what I need to speak to you about.
Okay.
Okay? Before I talk to you, I'm going to advise you of your rights, so
Okay.
you understand them, and there's nothing that you don't feel like you're tricked or anything. Okay, I want to talk to you about what happened between you and Joel last night. Understand your rights. Are you okay to give me a statement?
I believe so.
Okay. All right. What happened between you and Joel last night? Because he come and filed a complaint. That's what I need to clear up.
I found out he had been spending a lot of money. I had
Yes.
confronted him about it. I went into the bedroom to get away from him. He wouldn't leave me alone. So I got out of there and I went and I parked up at university for a while.
Okay.
By the time I got home, he was gone, and that's what I know.
Okay. So the reason I'm here is it was reported there was violence between you two, some form of physical conflict.
Okay.
So, arguments happen, I understand that, but I'm trying to, there's been an accusation that you were physically violent with Joel.
Okay.
So that's why I'm asking you.
Nothing other than me getting out of his way. I don't really know.
Okay. Was Joel violent with you at any point last night?
Sorry.
Has he ever been violent with you?
No.
Okay. And you and Joel have been married for 3 years, is that correct?
Not quite 3, but
Somewhere-
2.5.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And you live together?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, I've never had something like this.
that's okay.
We're investing in a domestic violence complaint. That's why we're here.
Okay. So what?
And he has visible injuries.
Okay.
So I'll just be honest with you. Joel's got like red marks on his arm and scratches. They said.
Nothing other than him trying to stop me from getting out of the room.
Okay.
Like, he wasn't trying to hurt me, but he also wouldn't let me leave. So the only thing I can imagine had happened is I had pushed him out of the way.
This would have been more than a push. He's on his arm's got like scratches.
Yeah, I kind of grabbed him, but
where you dug your nails in, I guess.
I don't even have much nails. So I must have,
Okay. Well,
So yeah, am I
and
going?
his other arm, he's got like red marks from like being slapped, like open hand slapped.
I mean, that was last night. I can't imagine I had done something like that. I mean, if I had done something, fine, whatever. I didn't think I had done that much.
Okay.
So, I mean, is there?
I'm like either yeah, she just doesn't like I ain't never heard. Well, no, then again, I'm like I have heard of stuff where people have caused injuries to themselves but blame somebody else. I don't know if he's done that. Then I'm like that's some crazy stuff, man. But it's either that or this girl don't know her own strength. And I'm like, yeah, she seemed like the type like she'll like pull you in for a dap, but then she'll like yank your arm, and it's like, dang, lady, I'm like, yeah, pull my neck out of place. I'm like, done pull my arm. I'm like, you gotta say like some Cat Williams Friday After Next stuff. I'm like, felt like I was in the Matrix. Like, dang, I'm like, relax, but nah. So, but yeah, they were but I don't know. I don't think the guy would do no stuff like that. I mean, if they do say that he did that, then yeah, that's just crazy. And the fact that he go to the police and it's like over some stuff that you done did. So yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, it might be best they separate. He gets himself organized. She chills on the protein shakes and the exercise and stuff. Cause yeah, she just looked like she just got like that build about her. Like she just be in the mirror just like flexing, like she be doing them like workout TikToks and stuff. So, but anyways.
I mean, am I going to jail? Is that what's happening?
That's the way it seems now.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
But I told him, and telling you the same thing. I wanted to come talk to you first and see if there was some other explanation. But once I get involved and somebody's got marks on them,
Sure.
and it's from some kind of a
Altercation.
So am I gonna lose my job? Like, I mean, I've
you
never.
you work at NB's. What he said.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. You can ask them, but I don't know why.
Okay.
Like
I wouldn't see why.
this has nothing to
I
do with.
guess I don't know if you explained it, and because yeah, it's so I don't know. So it sounds like that. Yeah, maybe he did try to keep her from leaving, and she felt like she was like, okay, if I can't just push you out the way and just go, I'm gonna have to fight my way out. She fought her way out. She got the upper hand. She was up out of there and stuff. And then yeah, she like I said, it's a situation where she doesn't know her own strength. But then again, it's like, okay, what led to that moment? This guy out here buying sport cards, where if it's like if you spending more than a paycheck on some sport cards, or even if it's just multiple, bro, you gotta relax. Yeah, like 1 or 2, maybe for like birthday and Christmas. Okay, cool. Because I know I've done that. Like besides getting like some cheap sneakers, I'll go out and yeah, I might go and splurge and get me, because it was for my birthday I got me a couple of pair of sneakers. But any old just random day, I'm like, yeah, I'm leaving with a maximum of 1 pair of sneakers. And so yeah, maybe some cleaning equipment, t-shirt, something. But yeah, I'm like, I'm not leaving with like half the store and stuff. So yeah, it's like it's just one of those things where I'm like, I have to say for both her and for the husband, they both need to know their limits. He needs to know his limits when it comes to this collection, and she needs to know her limits when it comes to her strength and things. It's like, ma'am, not everybody's trying to arm wrestle you. Relax, okay? But anyways,
Not necessarily. You didn't intentionally cause him harm, is what you're saying, but maybe it happened during
I just wanted to get out of the room and go. We had just gotten an AEP bill that was, they do a thing where they settle up, where we ended up getting charged almost $1,200, and then I found out he had been spending more than I make in a week on sports cards.
Sports
Yes.
cards?
Yeah.
Okay. He said it was about finances, but not that.
I was pretty lost. I didn't know if we were going to be able to pay for everything.
Okay.
It got.
He said you had to work at 10, right?
I do.
Okay. Do you want to call your work and let him know? I might have to place you under arrest is what's going to happen.
Okay.
Take you out of the jail.
Can I put things in my pockets in here?
That's fine, as long as you let me come with you.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
You don't necessarily have to tell them what's going on. It's a personal matter. You can just tell me
I
something
mean, it's
came
getting
up.
ready to get posted, isn't it?
We have no control over what gets posted on the internet.
Well, I figured, the busted newspaper. I guess you're probably glad you caught me because I was getting ready to leave.
You know, that would be so crazy if it's like I don't even know how I will process that. Let's say if she was like a fan of my channel and she's like, oh God, I hope he never reacts to my body cam video and things. If you ever do see this video, to whoever this woman is, it's to anybody that I've ever reacted to, I apologize. But yeah, at times, but I have to say, that's just the main thing that I try to do in these videos is just overall, just give out, just pass on some information, kind of just, turn these videos into a educational lesson, almost. So yeah, it's like with stuff like this, I try to pass on some advice, not offer, but kind of lend out, well, not like lend and offer, same thing. I overall just try to pass off some advice, to kind of help out those in situations either like this or whichever. But anyways,
Yeah, that's what he'd said. So
I don't really, I've never had this happen, so I don't really even know what's going on. Okay,
Yeah, I don't-
that's locked.
I wanted to get you here before you went to work because I don't like doing that when people have to go to work.
Well, quite honestly, and
He did say that he did not want to file charges, but it's not really up to the state. So
Yeah.
there's complaint, there's injuries, then we don't.
Yeah.
that's
State law, we have to.
That's fine.
I don't know if that means anything.
Do
but
I have to?
Yeah, I'll cuff you up here.
Okay.
Yeah, he said that he wanted to file the report, but he didn't want to file charges. But we don't really have a choice when somebody comes in. They have marks on them like that. So
I'm gonna walk over to the
she's
SUV
calm
there.
about it. I just it's these are one of those calm arrest videos where it's you just, I don't know, you think okay, she you see the title and it's yeah, she's gonna go off, but nah, it's it just, she seems I think if anything, yeah, she's just upset because she she thought that they were gonna be in a struggling situation. I could feel that. I could understand her on that and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I guess my advice to her would be is if and I guess she's probably thinking along the lines domestic violence is okay, I'm towering over this person and punching them in the face, they got some visible injuries and stuff, it's gone for a long period of time. But yeah, it's domestic violence, I guess it could be as little as a flick in the forehead or so. That would be crazy. I'm that's something where I'm I thought of, where I'm I don't know, I would, that's probably as far as I would go. But I just think that would be crazy if I had my own body cam video because I flicked my my wife in the forehead. Yeah, that's some stuff where I'm you know what? Go ahead. I didn't realize that flicking somebody in the forehead. I'm I could have poked her in the eyes, gave her a DDT, choke slammed her, Batista bombed her and stuff. I flicked her in the forehead. I'm bro, I'm going to jail behind that. So that's I'm just don't put your hands on nobody. To eliminate any cop confrontations, just don't put your hands on anybody, even if it is a little flick in the forehead. But anyway.
anything else on you?
No.
No weapon. No weapon.
You saw the weapon.
Okay. Just come down.
Just hop in the back there?
Yep. Do you have any criminal record at all?
No.
Okay.
She don't seem yet. She'll seem the type.
Sorry, I probably did that a little bit aggressively.
That's all right.
See, she's just
Ollie, just so you know,
aggressive, just getting inside the cop car. I'm saying, she's somebody where it's for a fact she watches WWE, and when something on the show that she doesn't like one of the wrestlers get they lose the match or something, she don't grab somebody in a whole chokehold and things, they tap it ma'am, unhand me, please, let me go. This is fictional, this isn't real, relax real quick.
what's going on? You'll be held there till tomorrow morning, and you'll be arraigned at the courthouse.
That is crazy though.
So you said I get out tomorrow? Is that how that works?
You'll be arraigned tomorrow, and that's where
overnight.
you'll initially speak to the judge and
I
enter
guess it-
enter a
domestic
plea
violence,
of guilty or not guilty, and he'll either release you or set bond.
Am I allowed to speak to a lawyer at any point? I guess I just don't know how this process works.
Yeah, when you get into the jail, you'll have access to their telephone to call, and then also if you don't have a lawyer by tomorrow, they appoint you a public defender in the morning. So they will typically tell you to plead not guilty, and then they'll set it for later dates.
I apologize. I don't understand how this works really. Kind of new. So what if my family has a lawyer? Can I call my mom to get that information?
Yeah, you can work that out however you guys need.
I'm going to attempt to get my phone out and turn it off so we don't make that leave again.
Let's walk up here.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I just want to make sure.
They'll take it from you when you come in, so.
Okay. Sorry, trying to get my phone. Okay. At least you get to train a newbie. Hopefully I won't repent. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize to me, and
I know, but
it's just,
you guys...
this is the way things happen sometimes.
It's okay. It's okay. Things have been going well for a while. It felt like something was about to go weird. Did you day otherwise very good?
That's okay. Yeah, I'm just listening. We've been looking for somebody that broke into something, and that's who they're chasing right now. So,
Sounds interesting. Do I just keep walking?
yeah, you're fine.
Okay, you just tell me.
And then just stand right here, the window, and then the jailer will come in and talk to you.
Yes,
That's
usually
good.
things don't usually go like this.
There's a lot of times it's not very quiet in here.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes you get people in
I'm
the
like,
cells.
yeah, she'll be surprised. I'm like, you see some of these body cam videos, there times people be all strapped up, handcuffed at the back, they be having to get carried in and things. Yeah, it'd be some wild videos at times.
I do have one giving me quite the eye. I actually, in 7th grade, I did a report on this building about it being haunted. I don't remember what it was about or how it was haunted, but I think it is. Is it? Okay. See, I should have talked to you back in 7th grade.
He's all like, he got so alerted by that story. He's like, nah. He was like, remember last year? He's looking at that cop where the body camera is focused. He's all like, you remember last year when that trash can moved and everybody thought I was just tripping? Like, no, bro, this place is haunted. He's all like, this place been around since the 1800s. It's haunted, bro. He's like, I don't care what kind of construction they do it here. It's haunted, bro.
It's been a while, but...
Some poltergeist stuff.
The woman was arrested and charged with domestic violence. If she's convicted, what do you think the punishment should be? Drop your opinion in the comments and hit like and subscribe for more videos.
She probably, if anything's, I could see where she'll plead guilty, I guess, like as like just overall like some like plea deal, pleads guilty, probably would end up getting probation, and then yeah, then it's like, but I definitely see where her and that guy is most likely gonna get a divorce. And yeah, she's just gonna, maybe they might work things out, but if not, then yeah, it's like she'll probably end up getting a divorce, and then yeah, just, you know, go on from there and stuff. But yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, you know. The guy, he shouldn't have went through what he went through, but it's like and then yeah, it's like, you know, it's one of those things where he said, I ain't trying to like make it seem like that everything was his fault, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, you know, he should have been spending like thousands of dollars. I don't know overall how much they make, but it sounds like it was a lot of money on, you know, some sport cards and stuff. So that's, I'm like, yeah, it's just at times where it's like, you know, you gotta chill when it comes to your own personal like happiness and things. But remember, it's like, you know, you got another person involved in your life, and you can't really put them in no situation. But yeah, you know, at times you just have it where it's like people, they get too carried away with stuff. That's why it's like, yeah, it's like gotta chill and things. But anyways, yeah, but it's like she should have put hands on him. But yeah, then it's like, yeah, he shouldn't been spending no thousands of dollars on no sport cards and stuff. But anyways, make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Body Cam Leak, like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.